Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today it's my favourite time of the month. It's my month to tell you what my favourite albums are from this past month, March 2020. It seems like this year is going quite fast. Maybe because of the whole fucking virus thing, or the fires, or the floods, or the locust swarms, but whatever's happening, the year's going fast. But the albums keep on coming, and there's amazing albums throughout March. And I have to tell you about them. I have to tell you about these 10, just because one of them you might not have heard before, and that's why I do it. And yeah, that's why I do these lists, so you can get into some albums you might not have heard before. I'm going to do some honourable mentions for this one, because there's a couple that I've left off. One being the latest Earthrot album. It's a very interesting death metal kind of album, and from the cover, you know it's going to be a fun time. A goat squid. As soon as I saw that cover, I was like, never heard this band before. Have to check it out, because that album cover is ridiculous. Another one, Burzum. I mean, I did an album review. I love this album, but it didn't make my list because there's 10 others which I just prefer. It's a great black metal, like atmospheric-y kind of. Not going to say shoegazy, but very atmospheric-y black metal. Not really typical, but it's a great album if you like that kind of shit. And the final one, again, I did a review for this and I really enjoyed it. Body Count's Carnivore. Didn't make the list either. And I give that like a fucking 9 or something. In retrospective, maybe an 8. I'm kind of too trigger happy with my scores at the moment, but still, fantastic album. And it's refreshing to have something that's like rap and metal at the same time. So yeah, great albums there. But let's get into what you're all here for, my top 10. And let's start off with number 10. Number 10, recently released, Igorr. Igorr with the album Spirituality and Distortion. If you want madness, this album delivers. This is a genty, strange, just a strange fucking album. You have like classical parts, you have like operatic singing, you have weird guitar tones. Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse is on one of the fucking songs. It's just a mix of everything, like literally everything. And I mean, I'll show you a little clip just to see how mental it is. So yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. All the songs are kinda off the walls bonkers, so if you're looking for just a ridiculous time, having fun with an album, it is an album you have to kind of listen to multiple times though. You do have to listen to it multiple times, because the first listen might not grab you, might just think it's random shit thrown at the wall, but you give it its time, you'll start to learn things from the album, you'll start to like pick up sections, and then it'll become more catchy. It'll be ingrained in your head. So Igorr's album, really fun, really enjoyed it. Next up, Darkness, Silence, Mirror Flame by Night. Never heard of these guys before. I just randomly played the album, and oh boy, was I impressed. This is such a unique band. Such a unique album. Like, I've never heard a mix between heavy metal, like the Iron Maiden style, Judas Priest style, and black metal vocals. I've never heard anything like it before. And it's just, it's a breath of fresh air. I love the guitar melodies on this album. They are just out of this world. And yeah, the vocals, it works. I don't know why. Black metal plus heavy metal, it just worked. I want more heavy metal bands like this. Yes, please. Number 8, Temple of Void, The World That Was. If you want some death metal, this is your album. And it's not just brutal death metal. It has its melodies. It definitely has the chugging fucking riffs and the vocals that you expect from death metal, but the melodies involved, just the whole structure of the songs, the way they are just produced, like the sound of it as well is perfect. The atmosphere just drips through. I love this album. It's a recent one, but it's made it onto the list because it's so fucking good. Number 7, God of Dead Roots, Sicarius. Oh, this was almost like number 1 for a long time, but then a couple more albums came out and they kind of knocked it down a little bit, but Don't get me wrong, this album's fucking flawless. This is black metal through and through, and the vocals, the fucking vocals? The vocals are intense as all hell. I mean, you just heard it, it's ridiculous. I fucking love the vocals on this. It's kind of shrieky and just pouring his fucking soul out with that screams. It's too good. It's too fucking good. I love this album. If you're looking for some black metal, and this isn't the only black metal that's going to make it onto my list, but this is definitely one you should check out. Number 6, Code Orange, Underneath. Whoa, this is a surprise one. It's not usually my kind of music, but I don't know, man. This album, it fucking floored me. I don't generally listen to like metalcore or like hardcore or anything like that, but yeah, this album, it grabbed me by the balls, grabbed me by the balls and just held there and wouldn't let go. It's an amazing workout album. You just want to be like sprinting a marathon while listening to this. Just all the weird glitches and then the pauses in the music, it just adds to the charm of the album. Yeah, this is definitely an intense album. Definitely an intense album. No doubt about it. I love all the technical glitchy shit throughout the entire thing. I know a lot of people have already listened to it. It's probably the most mainstream one on the list, but it's mainstream for a reason. It's fucking good. I really enjoyed this album, and I didn't think I would, so it's going quite high. Number 5, The Annex of Ire, Neck of the Woods. From the album art, with all the wolves' heads, kind of like Altars of Madness, but with wolves, I knew I was in for a good time, and boy, it was a good fucking time. It's kind of black and death, I think, with some core elements. It's weird. I don't know the genre for this one. I really don't, but who gives a fuck? The album sounds fantastic. I found myself at the peak of isolation, leaving my spine feeling weak. The last track on the album is just one of my favourites of the year. It's beautiful. I fucking adore it. The outro is just breathtaking. This album, it came out of left field, didn't know what to expect, and it just completely just knocked my legs out and I'm flat on my ass, and I love it for that, so 100% making my list. Speaking of albums I didn't expect on the list, number 4 is a deathcore album. Yeah, higher than like the black metal and stuff, higher than Code Orange. It is Obsidian Viscera. This album I had to check out from the album art because it's one of the best album arts I've seen. Just the woman's like, and all the souls escaping from her or whatever the fuck is happening. I was like, yeah, I gotta check this out. I expected black, didn't expect deathcore, but man, I'm getting into deathcore now because every single deathcore album I fucking heard so far has been amazing. So that's gonna rise up. Metalcore's staying down there. Deathcore's riding it up for me. It really is, and this album is just, it's intense as hell, but it's also catchy as fuck. The choruses in each of these songs are really catchy. I'd say don't just pass off entire genres like I used to do. Give everything a listen, because you'll find gems in each fucking genre. So, if anything sounds good on any of these albums, definitely check out the full album. If you hate it, then so you've kind of broadened your horizons a little bit. But yeah, definitely check this out. Even if you don't like deathcore, just check out the album as a full and let me know what you thought in the comments. Number 3, top 3 now, and this was hard. These 3 are magnificent, and I just have to put some lower than others, and it might change later in the year when I do my final end of the year list, but as it stands, number 3, Sweven with the Eternal Resonance. This reminds me of like old Opeth. It's just got that proggy feeling, but with like the black metal screaming as well, but it's just so serene. Like the melodies in it are just so fucking serene. soothing as fuck. This album is just too good. It's just a proggy good time. If you want some black metal prog in your life, and it's not the only one that's going to make it onto the list, definitely check out this album. I never knew anything about these guys. Checked out the album, and now I want to listen to all the other projects they were involved in, because this was something unique, something fresh, and I adored it. Number 2, Devouring Ruin by Wake. The album art, can we just talk about the album art? How magnificent it is, how like dark and dreary, and it completely matches the music. This is black metal through and through. This is black metal through and through here, boys. But it's not just like intensity, kind of like Sicarius was, which I love. It has a mood. It has a certain mood to it, and an atmosphere throughout the songs, which just, it sings to me. I like the atmospheric-y shit, and this does it very well. Yeah, this album's fantastic. It's why it's number 2. Again, these top 3, they could interchange, but at the moment this is where it stands. But there can only be one. And for number 1, I'm going to read it out because it's actually a long fucking name. It is Wanderer's Astrology of the Nine, Mare Cognitum / Spectral Lore. So this is a split album. Mare Cognitum and Spectral Lore, the two bands contributing to this album. It's fucking 2 hours long. I mean, just from that alone, you kind of like put off. It's 2 hours long. It's black metal, but it's like progressive black metal. If you know either of those two bands, you know what you're expecting. You got atmosphere, you got the riffs, you got the solos, you got just the mood of everything. It's very somber, very dark. So many twists and turns. Just, it is like a journey through the cosmos. It's all about the planets. Like each song has the planet name, like Mars, Venus, and then the last 2 tracks are Pluto, like split in half. It's mental. I know that's not a planet. Shh. Yeah, just the whole concept of this album. The fact that each band has a separate song and then they both come together at the end 2 songs. It also doesn't feel disjointed. The Spectral Lore songs sound kind of ethereal. The Mare Cognitum songs are more intense, but it's kind of a nice yin and yang. I'm glad it's split up like this. I'm glad it's split up like this because it has variety. It keeps the 2 hours going quite fast, quite smoothly, and they're just masters of it. Masters of this atmospheric black metal-y proggy shit. I love this album. Like, little 10-second clips aren't going to do this justice. It's 2 fucking hours of music. It's not for everyone, sure, but it is 100% for me, and at the current moment in time, it's probably my album of the year. It's probably my album of the year. That could change when Catatonia comes out, because those 2 singles... But, at the current moment in time, this album is perfection, masterpiece. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of fucking 10. So why it's number 1 on my list. Hopefully you found some albums here to enjoy. Let me know what your favourite albums are of March 2020 in the comments below. What did you love? What did you hate? Pop it all down, because it's fun to read through the comments. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.